All right, well, hopefully when this catches up, we'll be all good. Stream.
I am not a robot.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We're live right now, so I'm letting everybody know in chat. I mean, we're live, but there's a delay, so it has to catch up. So, hopefully everything's good on this end. I again don't know what the case was. Is it because the bot verdict is using Restream instead of the program that I've been desperately needing to get my hands on?
The one that I've been telling you to get your hands on for months now?
Yeah, it's one of those scenarios. So bear with me. It looks like we are back up. Maybe frames are good. We're good to go. So, well, I mean, Day spilled it right on my router, so I'm gonna blame Day for that one. So
listen, I was able to get the emulator to work now, so I should be able to get invited.
There we go. All right, perfect. Well, I'll stall as much as I can. Obviously, I can't control my internet. We had an outage a couple days ago, and it seemed to have been, fixed since then. So hopefully it'll continue to stay. And again, I'm not sure why. It looks like everything's good on the back end. But taking a look at the standings, while Day has got his, his pants situation figured out for the spillage. You can see it right there. Nova going to be leading the pack right now. They're going to be able to try and extend that lead against the 117 team that started the season off with a lot of promise. Now, Tuesday was a bit of a hiccup. Will they be able to bounce back? That's going to separate, the talk of are they consistent or are they, just a team who will continue to show that kind of result, on any given week. So I'm hoping it's the latter of the, it's not the latter of the two. I'm hoping that they are consistent. I'm hoping they do put up a fight here because that team has a bunch of talent. So that is going to be where we start things off with, and obviously it's going to be where a lot of the focus is for Nova. And 35 points right now, Anarchy, with the back ends of Coach Image, going to be sitting right there on that 30 marker. And to my knowledge, he actually picked up coaching them this past weekend. So Tuesday's results, a 2-1 in favor of Anarchy over Animus. That's a big dub for Anarchy. So Animus right there in that third slot with 25 points itself. Adrian,
well, especially since Animus is that team we were looking at to potentially be a #1 competitor, and while we knew Anarchy was a team with talent and they could definitely compete, I think anybody that says they knew Anarchy was gonna beat Animus is just flat out lying, right? Like that's the reality here. Game 3 potential, sure. Beat Animus, I don't think I would believe anybody if they said that was the case. So huge shout out to Anarchy, and hopefully they continue to bring that energy.
I'm 100% on board with it. I'm loving the competitive environment here. I put a tweet out just a minute ago to Clickbait Noti that I got from Day himself, and it said EU Mobile Mayhem is better than NA, and it's not even close. At the moment, it's not looking any close. I mean, we saw one of the best teams drop to a team that, was qualified, but we had doubts of prior to the season starting. So they submitted a roster. It's much different from the roster that they submitted originally, and it is working like it beat Animus. I don't know what else to tell you. So wrapping this up, Illuminati sitting at a pretty 20 points right now. They're looking to earn some more points against the qualifiers finals that we saw a few weeks back, and it's going to be against Omniscient. Omniscient still not on board. Maybe this is an opportunity for them to pick up some points, though. So FN420 right there with 20. Olympus with 5. Aphelion with 5. Elysium still yet to get on board. And Day, we're talking about matchups earlier right now. We've got a, a Nova and 117 not found matchup ahead of us. It's looking to be a pretty solid rotation. What are your expectations for this as I'm pulling up the map picks? It looks like we're going to start things off with a hardpoint crossfire.
Yeah, looking at a hardpoint crossfire to start things off is definitely a dynamic match that relies a lot on teamwork. And that's something we know Nova to be strong with. And 117 not found, while we know this team is strong, we have certainly seen some inconsistency with what they bring to the table. We saw them absolutely dominate on Crossfire Search and Destroy in the past, We'll have to see if they can bring that energy here, because it's not going to be an easy matchup whatsoever. We'll be moving into a search and destroy takeoff for game 2. And if we do see that game 3, we would be looking at a domination on raid.
There we go. And looking at the bans, Nova opted to ban the domination on standoff map, as well as 117 banning the search or destroy on raid. So that's an interesting pick, considering, well, I mean, I guess that's a proper pick because we saw a little bit of struggle from them against FN 420 on Tuesday. So definitely looking like it is going to be an interesting one, as we could go ahead and see game is starting up. We're jumping into the mix. And here we go. Game number 1, that hardpoint crossfire that we promised. Transitioning. All right. Day. 1s and 2s right here. We're going to see P1 opening up here. Does not look like we're going to see it stick, though. So we are going to be bouncing out and trying this again. Maybe the emulator sound is a little down, too. So I'll keep that in mind as well.
Well, we will... We spend a second remapping our keybinds, but it seems like the team needs a second to get ready for the game anyway. So no harm, no foul. Does look like the issue was on the Nova side of things, so hopefully they'll be ready to go here shortly. I gotta move this over, exit, boom, there we go. Okay, I am ready.
You are ready. Let's go. Here we are. Second time around. Hardpoint on. Up transitioning. Hardpoint on. Hardpoint on crossfire, guys. I can spit it out. There we go. A little bit of a back and forth affair so far, but have no fear. We are here, ready to rock and roll, and day 3 is looking pretty spicy off the rip. Nova and the side of 117 not found. This team, we saw struggle a little bit on Tuesday. This is their redemption tour now. Is Thursday, it's a new day. I made a comment in Mobile Mayhem NA's broadcast channel last Tuesday, and it was solely based on any dog can have their day. And, you know, FN 420 looked like they had a dog of a day of their own. So P1's already spicy. The advantage is going to be in favor of Nova. But that's not going to hinder the side of 117, who are just trying to get in. And they do get the break, but is it going to stick? Lucky there. One shot taken down. A lot of action here on this P1. It's getting a bit at hand, and I can already see the side flip. The spawn's not going to be solidified for that P2 rotation. And, you know, the side of 117 might have the advantage here in this P1 site. They might be able to get some points on the board from it, but... You know, P2, definitely a little bit more of a money hill. Not a big money hill considering that P3 through 5 are better, but definitely a better one than that P1 set.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We've got about a 20-point lead right now for the side of 117 not found, but that can quickly start to change pace, and we may see that be a reality here. We'll be keeping an eye out on the scoreboard, because right now Nova, they've got themselves that spawn for P2, and it looks like they largely have control as well. As I say that, I think actually 3 kills come through in the feed for the side of 117, so they might get the break here, which could be a little bit rough for the side of Nova. Now, obviously we're in 250 hardpoint instead of 150, so even if they do lose the hill here and 117 not found get some objective time, there's a huge opportunity still where we could see things get turned around. And we've seen in NA and EU plenty of comebacks happen. So I'm excited for the rule change. And I think as far as Crossfire goes, I'm glad that Domination is out of the mix. But I actually think Hardpoint's a really solid game mode for this map.
No, I'm 100% with you on that one. I'm adjusting the scorecard so that way it looks a little more even on screen. There we go. It is solid. P3 rotations are going to come through. Nova getting pretty much a full hold on that P2 side. Looking to get the break here in this P3. Bottom side of the map, and Yaya actually does pick up 1 big kill, but is taken down. Lucky going to be the lone wolf. He's going to have a little bit of support on the backside. Does pick up 2 kills to go along with it, make it 4, but the pure fire from Yaya. You know what, got a little bit of a buff over the update. Is it going to be proven to be another operator that can contest with some of these OP sites? I believe it does, because the clear comes through. Nova going to get the P3 sites settled down. They've got spawns, and now, again, 117 struggling to find themselves back on the hill. So we got a spicy P3, very scrappy, 30 seconds left. Make it 23 now as Inferno finds one, shuts it down, but is taken down himself. And some much-needed time here for the side of 117 to get back in this. Not a lot of time to recover as far as that deficit, but definitely some much-needed time in their favor. At the moment, they're only getting trickle time, and it's not panning out too well. We've got a 94 to what appears to be right at 69 scoreline, and Nova right now.
Which operator were you talking about a second ago that got a buff?
The Purifier.
Did it really? Oh, yeah. Okay, I remember now. The damage range.
Yeah.
And the how quickly the damage. Yeah.
I saw it in ranked a few days back when the update came out, or yesterday when the update come through, and I only saw a little bit of usage out of it, but I believe these players were trying to get ahead of the curve because I've seen it used before the update. You know, I think it was Envy who was using it in NA, and I was like, dude, why in the hell is Envy using a Purifier when there's plenty of other operators to choose from? And maybe he knew before I did. He saw the patch notes, and sure enough, you know, he practiced it a little bit there, and it is definitely coming in handy right now. Right now, we're looking at a 60-point lead in favor of Nova. And the break comes through, but again, it's only trickle time. 117 not found, just has not found a majority of any of these hills except for that P1 site, Dave.
Yeah, I mean, they had a solid early game, and they do get a break here late, but, you know, how much is it going to benefit for them? They're down 40 points, and this next hill, one of the hardest ones to break on this map, so we'll be on the lookout to see if they can grab those spawns, or if it's going to be Nova extending their lead, possibly coming up on the 200-point mark. I don't think they can quite cross 200, but they can get really close.
Yeah, they're gonna need to be more than just close. It's you know, at the moment, 117 not found, just absolutely slaying out. Yaya is leading the pack. He's got 19 on board. Just got his 6th death, but dude is just a beast. The flip side of things, Jazz putting up some numbers too. He's one of the few that I 100% love on this roster. In a hardpoint format, I think the struggles come through when you start looking at Cosmos. He's struggling a little bit there on this game. And Dark Wizard Tilt, who, again, 7-13. Not a lot of fragging power when it comes to hardpoint games. They are special, unique. Oh my god, Yaya. The Purifier is cracked, my guy. Just ridiculous, the spray on that. But definitely some of those S&D sniper talents in Dark Wizard. Obviously, that's not coming into play here in this hardpoint, though. So Nova racking it up early here in this P1 reset, and this might be a perfect opportunity for us to go ahead and jump in for the calm listen-ins for the guys at Nova. So bear with us as we join in for a quick VC jump in.
I need help.
One more left.
Oh, push it, jump up.
One more. Nice. One more. Bottom. Go next.
One staircase on the side.
Yo, one
Point, he's in point. Nice, good shit. I'm next.
Two bus.
Nice, great. I'm coming side. One more boss. Boss, one shot.
Yeah, one bus.
I'm ready.
One guy mid.
Me dead.
It's P4.
One side.
I spawned out.
Yeah, same.
Bottom ladder.
Push bus.
Nice.
We need bus.
Top next.
Stay there, don't push. Bottom.
I go one bottom.
There's two an entrance.
I'm using the machine.
I don't know what it is.
Two.
On that,
Dead. Nice. We're cleared. I'm gonna get in point.
I'm going to medic.
I don't have ladder. Bottom. Bottom pushing.
Bottom, one HP.
One bottom.
One at the
Bottom,
bottom.
guys.
Machine dead.
Yeah, they're spawning right. They have to spawn.
Medic. Bottom medic. Spy. Bottom medic.
P2, P3, P4. Ladder.
Two medic.
Two ladder. I spawned
Two bottom.
medic dead.
Two bottom. Two side. Keep it. One more. Pushing. Close.
We can.
Oh, one shot. Go next.
Go next. I'll push.
One.
One more. 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 One
Yo, this Nova team is stacked. The points are just nowhere close right now. It's a 240 to 120, and the comms were flowing. Everything was consistent. You heard the call-outs, a lot of direction, a lot of where they're spawning at, and I'm all on board with it right now. Nova sitting pretty with a 246. They need 4 more to close this game one out. Damn, I don't see 117 finding any hill time here, even after a full push in. They're not going to make it to the point to contest. That's going to be it. 250 to 127 is where we see game one come down to. And a very, very great rotation there from Nova. Even after giving up that P2, they set up proper for that P3. They only needed a handful of points, and I don't know what to say. 117 not found? Day, help me out here.
It's a draw. Stand down.
And Day doesn't love us
I
anymore,
forgot to
chat.
repeat after we got out of the voice count. My bad. I was kind of looking a little bit at the scoreboard towards the end of that game, and I do gotta say this is one of the lower kill total hardpoint games that we've had. Right? How many games have we seen over the past couple days of competition where we've got players looking up into the 40 kill range, even some approaching 50. I do have maps to download. All right, I'll get those rolling. Yeah, I mean we're looking at the top frag for the game being 29 with Yaya. I mean that's still a lot of kills, right? Especially coming out of, we were used to 150 hardpoint for a while, which was obviously not as kill heavy. So definitely goes to show how strategic this map gets played out, and I think that's really key for this level of competition, right? You really want to see the team with the better strategy be able to capitalize, and this time around that was Nova. Now they did have a kill lead, but again, nobody was fragging out to the point where they're way above the pack. I mean, we've got, like I mentioned, Yaya at 29, Inferno at 27. You look over at the opposition, and we do have Jazz, aka the Spanish guy, at 25. So this isn't an instance where you've got a top fragger who's 20 kills over the opposition, but there was definitely a sizable kill lead for the side of Nova.
Yeah, and you can see it reflected